Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So first of all, we are going to do a rebranding for the channel. It'll still be Frogboy X1 Gaming, but we're going to add Froggy's Gaming and Tech Reviews to that. We're going to be doing a new banner. We're going to be doing a new logo. So look forward to that. That's going to be pretty cool. Going to have somebody start working on that pretty soon. I'm actually farming that out to somebody else to do. Just because I don't have time for that. But another thing is we did a poll today, and I might start doing this every day. I might start polling the community for videos that you guys actually want to see. So as what we did is I gave you guys three choices today. I said we could do more 8GB content, we could do 9060 XT versus 9070 XT ultra wide, or we could do, I think there was another, there was two more choices. But the 9060 XT versus the 9070 XT monitor worked. And then there was another comment in the bottom under other to talk about frame generation. So we're going to add that into tonight's video. So guys, is what we're going to do is we're going to take the 9060 XT and we're going to do we're gonna do some videos. We're gonna do some side-by-sides of the 9060 XT versus the 9070 XT. Now all of these games are gonna have the same settings. The only difference is going to be frame generation will be enabled on the AMD 9060 XT. And is what our goal is to see how close of an experience we can get to the, not native, because we're gonna be using FSR4 or FSR or whatever upscaling we need to get a playable experience on the 9070 XT at 3440 by 1440p. So all the settings are going to be the same. The only difference will be the frame generation will be enabled, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to try to collaborate all of these ideas into one video to see if we can make a good video to give you guys a better understanding of why the 9060 XT is an absolute monster with the 16 gigabytes. It's an incredible GPU that is very scalable when you're using the features. But we're also going to use the 9070 XT because the 9070 XT is an absolute beast and it is very efficient. These are my two favorite cards this generation, the 9060 XT, the 9070 XT. At least in terms of AMD. And see, I put on all the AMD gear so that we can do this. So yeah, guys, we're going to try to do stuff a little bit differently around here. I'm looking forward to the new rebranding, and I hope you guys appreciate that too. I want to take the channel a little bit more in a professional direction. Not necessarily full-on like corporate shill type direction, but you know what I mean. You get the gist of things. I want things to be a little bit more professional around here. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, but I just feel so forced by the algorithm to just crank out whatever content I can throw out there. But no, I want to start trying to do one video a day and see if we can start building something a little bit stronger. So, all right, guys, let's get started with this shoot off. All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and hit the record button on the 9070 XT. Now, what we're going to do is when I switch back and forth and stuff, we'll have like the camera and then we'll have it set side by side. So we'll just start running. We're going to do like a little running thing. As you can see, we're getting about 90, right around 90 frames a second. So is what this is running right now is we're running at ultra settings, and then we have the overall game. We're on performance FSR4 and no frame generation on the 9070 XT, and that's giving us about 90 to 100. Well, yeah, it's getting up there, guys. Like this is doing pretty good. Like this is actually pretty good. Without having to use any kind of frame generation or anything. So we're just going to do this little run around in here, just to keep the video like kind of the same. If we start getting out into the other, out away from here, then we'll have to, you know, potentially fight or run from the pikes. And I don't think that's, I mean, this right here is pretty indicative of how this game runs. Gosh, those little things got in my way, so that's going to mess up the little side-by-side. The little side-by-side. You get away from me. But I want you guys to be able to see this, how this is running. Like, this feels smooth. This feels pretty good. We're doing good frame rate wise. Obviously, the image quality is looking pretty nice. Very, very, very good. Like, I like the image quality of this game. This game looks really good with ultra settings, and the overall performance is just, look at that. Like that's pretty good. Like 90 frames, you could easily play this. You turn on frame generation on here, you're like 150 or something. You know, you're doing pretty good with frame generation on Star Wars Outlaws. That's why we're using this game first. So we're going to do this one and a couple more to kind of just show you the difference between, you know, just what kind of an experience you can get with a 9060 XT versus a 9070 XT, and then also the benefits of being able to utilize a technology like frame generation. So we're gonna run right back over here to where we started. We'll just cross this and we're gonna go back over here by this tree, and then we'll turn the camera around like that, and then we'll go ahead and stop our recording. And now we are going to put this away. We got to actually get out of the game though, because we're going to be switching over to the other. Yes, exit to desktop. And once that goes to desktop, then we can switch our other controller. All right, now we can go ahead and close this, and we kind of got to close out of that. But now we will pop on over to the 9060 XT. So we're going to go ahead and, oh shoot, did I put on GOG? Oh, I almost thought I put on GOG. I was like, no, don't do that to us. We don't want that. But this is pretty cool. Like this was pretty cool. This was the first game I tested this on, so that's why we're using this one first, just so that you guys can like actually see like the difference and stuff of what's actually going on. So now we're in here. Let's go ahead and get into our library and jump back into Star Wars Outlaws. Now we're on the 9060 XT, so we should be able to, and then we'll start recording it right at the same time. I'm really hoping that this idea worked. I'm really hoping that this is gonna work out the way I had envisioned it. Is this the wrong one? Yep, that was the wrong one. Okay, so now we got those two. Let's go ahead and okay, so now we'll just go into the settings. Video. Okay, 3440 by 1440p. Frame generation on, performance mode. We'll keep that, and then back. Graphics, ultra. Okay, and then resume. And then record. Okay, start recording. Now we're just gonna do the same loop-de-loop on this one. Whoa, don't run me over, dude. So now you can see we're about 88, 89. Yeah, dude, we're getting the same freaking, about the same. We're 90. We're 90 with the frame generation on. So we're 92. Yeah, this is fabulous, guys. This is absolutely freaking fabulous. Dang, this is very, very nice. Yeah, 98, 96. This is like legit almost the exact same frame rate that we were just getting out of the other out of the 9070 XT. And the overall feeling of the game is feeling pretty dang close as well. Like this doesn't feel very different than running it at native, you know, or not native, but you know, without frame generation. The overall experience really is pretty dang close in terms of like overall feel and how the game is actually feeling. That's pretty dang cool. Pretty dang cool. Wow. This is pretty awesome. So about 85, 86, and then we'll have a side-by-side. We'll just be running the game side-by-side for the most part. I hope I ran the exact same line. The overall experience, yeah, this is cool, man. Like, you can legit find the middle and essentially get pretty close to the same experience while using frame generation on these GPUs. That's a very cool tactic that I'm glad works, honestly. Overall image quality is good. The stability of this looks pretty dang nice. We're doing pretty good. So we're to the tree, and then we'll turn around the camera, and then we will unrecord. Stop recording. So guys, now we're gonna go to our very next game. All right, guys, we are back with some Ghost Recon Wildlands. We're gonna start recording right now on the 9070 XT. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just take a little walk. Guess we could kind of jog. Looks like we're about 105 at 3440 by 1440 on ultra settings. Well, 90 to 100 or whatever. Doing pretty well. I'm doing this here as a full-on, like, this one here will just be native across the board on both of them, just to kind of give you an idea of the actual difference between the two. So we'll run down this road right here. We're getting some pretty nice frame time spikes on this one, though. Well, I didn't think the Unidad would freaking be after me. We're just going to keep running all the way over here to the road. Unidads are coming after me. Wow.
Sniper, take cover. God damn it, the cartel sent.
My guys weren't freaking out here even trying to fight them.
Shitball.
That. Dang. Okay, so that did not go as planned. That one was very rough on this game for some reason. But let's go ahead and get out of that. You know, yeah, I definitely want to see that one on the other one now. Input. Okay. Gosh dang, man. Don't want to put my thing in there. Okay, sorry, I had to put my freaking passwords and stuff in there. So we had to cut that out. All right, library. All right, and now for some Ghost Recon Wildlands on the ultra wide. Now I'm hoping I start at the same spot. I was trying to create like a save so it would let me walk down the same way. Hopefully we don't get in a fight, but this one here will be a short part because I only got a little bit of footage of running straight before having to fight. So that sucks. Guess I could have like walked off over into like the world or something. Starting up. I'm curious to see what the frame rate's gonna be. Oh, wrong one. Better get our freaking thing plugged into the right things. Okay, so options. This time we're going to be set to 3440 by 1440, and graphics are going to be ultra as well. And then continue. Okay, start recording. We'll just start recording now before we get into this one. If it's even gonna let me in. I don't care if it's online or not. So under those same settings, we're about 54, 64. Now we're in the 60s. So I mean, that's not too bad. We're in the hundreds on the other one, and this one actually is running smoother. I was getting frame time spikes on the 9070 XT. This is running very smooth. Just very nice. Oh no, never mind. There's my frame time spikes right there. Finally got a couple. Just run straight up this road right here. I think we went this way. Wow, this time we're not going to have to fight anybody. At least anytime soon. But as you can see, same settings, same visual quality. Everything looks the same. And that looks very, very nice. Very nice. Even though we were fighting on the other one. Get a little bit of action on. There we go. So, all right. Ooh, there we go. We got somebody looking at us now. Got this guy over here. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, so there's that one. I think we could see what the frame rates are going to be on that one. So let's get out of the game. All right, guys, now we are going to do Forspoken. So let me just get in here to the settings real quick. And then we are on 3440 by 1440p. And then graphics, we are on Ultra Performance FSR 3 Super Resolution. and frame generation on. We're on the 9060 XT, so yes, we are using frame generation on this one. So let's go ahead and get back into the game. Let's start our record. But we're gonna run off this way and jump off the thing. So we're about 170 frames, dude. Holy gosh. And that looks incredible. So we're just gonna kind of jump off this thing over there as well once we get back on the other side. Do a little bit of this. So we're about 150-ish. 160. That's crazy, guys. Crazy how fast this freaking game runs on this 9060 XT. On performance FSR. But that's a good thing. Oh man, I already messed this up. I'm not going to be able to remember how to do all of this. But there you go. That's 160. We'll just climb up to this way. We'll just climb up this. We'll jump. We'll jump all the way up here. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on to the other one on this game too. So we got our frame rate on that. So let's go ahead and quit game, and then let's switch over to our no, we don't care. Close that out. We need Steam. We're not prepared. Library. Forspoken. Play. And then I think we're just going to start maybe recording a little bit sooner on this one. But we're going to turn the frame generation off on this. Oh. Might help if I have that plugged in for this one. Yeah, we'll start recording now. Settings. Off. Okay, continue. Now we kind of sat here for a minute, and then we just started running. So we're at about 115 without frame gen. See, I think we did like that many. I just don't remember which way we went. I think we went right over to here. And then
Fuck yeah.
over here. Whew. That is actually pretty good, man. 120 frames. That is actually pretty good. And then when we got over here, we just started jumping. I just don't remember. But yeah, This basically, man, feels almost, gosh dang, the same.
Don't let them outflank you.
Not gonna happen.
Like you get on this game or on with frame generation, and it feels good. Like either way you play it. That's why I don't understand why there's so much negativity about frame generation too. I hope I can get up here.
Straight up amazing.
There we go.
Right?
Okay, so all right. Stop recording. And then obviously all of that will have been in the video at different parts. So I personally really like frame generation because I think it really expands everything and makes everything actually work even better. You know, especially when you get into games and they're like kind of stuttery and stuff like that, the frame generation really helps those games a lot. You know, if you've got a lower frame rate, you can usually boost that up and smooth out your gameplay and stuff. I look at frame generation as a benefit, but then I also look at, you know, between the 9060 XT versus the 9070 XT, like these cards are very good. I mean, you've seen the results on like Ghost Recon Wildlands, where you're getting like 100 frames on 9070 XT, and you're getting like you're getting a 60 FPS experience at 3440 by 1440p. So you're about 40 frames, give or take, on some of that stuff. And I use open world games because I think they're a better representation of what you can really expect performance wise from a lot of stuff these days. If your PC can run a Ubisoft game pretty good, or run some of these open world games pretty good, I think you are usually in a good spot with those. If you can usually hit over 60 frames a second, I mean, obviously, you know, if this video does good, we can come back and visit like some of the newer PlayStation titles on with frame generation and stuff. But, you know, until we get to that point, I think that, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the 9060 XT, and that's why I call these two cards my favorite ones this generation. So, all right, guys, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.